Hello and welcome to the special Weekend Rares report for Thursday, August 15th. This is the only Rares report I'll be making until Tuesday, August 20th, as I'm out of town for a bit, so I'd like to hear your comments and your recommendations and your conversation below this video while I am out of town. Lots of uncertainty in the Rares markets these days as we check out the price moves in the last 48 hours and then review the weekly price charts for each of the groups of Rares. This trader is still standing aside in Easter eggs because it looks like a general downtrend in the market, even though we found a little bit of support here at the triangle that we've been watching for a while is extending itself out sideways, still saying to just sit and watch. And much the same with pumpkin prices. They haven't actually been reported very much in the last 48 hours. Prices have stayed pretty much the same. And here with Disco returning, we're seeing another market with a similar series of higher lows and then lower highs, creating a very nice triangle here and extending that triangle out right at this very line. So this is another market that is really now just saying watch for a while. Half chunk of wine broke below these important prices about 3 days ago, and this is a very important price break. Prices have continued to go softer since then and seem to be confirming a continuation of the downtrend, but not all markets are agreeing with this. When we look more carefully at the last 3 weeks of the prices of the edibles, we can see a downtrend here, but we don't have a real downtrend in these markets. We have a downtrend in this one for the full 3 weeks, and these ones are making potential 1, 2, 3 bottom formations. This is a very strong triangle showing that there is a fight going on in the market, people expecting it to go up and people expecting it to go down. So it's still giving me a negative feeling because this one appears to have broken below this kind of triangle, but the other ones are not really confirmed one way or another yet. Moving on to the party hats. Now this was a really important price break, and I made a video that had the alert sound at the very beginning that we had this price break below this important triangle, which to me is the continuation, a verification of the continuing of the downtrend and a signal to sell out. And because all of the rares generally move together, I'm expecting that the entire market will break now that these prices have gone below these levels on the charts. You see the same thing happening here in the yellow party hat where it broke below, and then reports have actually gotten very quiet on the R Quark Friends Chat on the game. So it's interesting and makes me think more that the prices are going down because it's so quiet on the chat forum. If things were starting to rise, I think there'd be a lot of conversation and topics. But because they're soft, people are not really excited about it, of course. Here's another one where the prices have broken down below this important triangle, and that's a little false breakout there. It tried to go higher and it looks like it's going down lower. And this is just following what the charts are saying. I don't believe the news reports cause the prices to change. I believe the news reports report on the tendency that's already in the market. So this is an important one because red has not broken down below that, even though it's making this big formation. Still kind of soft right now and seems to be going lower, but that chart pattern is important. White party hat in this monthly, it's going down in the very short term. This could be a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. And you can learn more about the 1, 2, 3 bottom formations by going to my other channel, lumbridgecity.com. Another repeat that could be a possibility here. Moving on now to a collection of the last 3 weeks of the party hat prices. Down, 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 just as though somebody else drew a ruler and decided this is where the prices are going, which of course doesn't really happen. There's a lot of people involved in this market, and I don't believe that Jagex is intentionally deciding what prices are going to be. It's a good system here that they've got with the Grand Exchange. I think it's a fantastic place to learn about reading charts and learning about how to do the trading. And very interesting to watch from day to day these patterns here where we've broken down, we've broken down, we've broken down below, but this one has not yet. So always looking to see which one is doing something different than everything else. And speaking of doing something different than everything else, we've got a very big cup-shaped pattern building up here in the green Halloween. A confirmation of a breakout out of this 1, 2, 3 bottom formation. There is definitely a buy signal right there. But I sold out of my green Halloween masks, and I sold out of my Santas, and I sold out of my blue Halloween mask as soon as the party hats broke down below. And then these lowers have not been doing the same thing as the party hats. You can see that there's a bit of strength here off of this bottom. Let's go on to blue Halloween mask now. You can see that it had this big long languishing sideways. Here I was expecting it to break and go down. Here I thought this was a whole big upside down bow basically going to shoot an arrow off. It looked like it was building up so much pressure. And then it's just, just gone sort of sideways. But indeed confirmed a 1, 2, 3 bottom formation here. Just barely broke above it. And so this is also making a big sort of swooping cup shape here now in the prices. And doesn't really give me a clear indication one way or another, again because it's in the middle of this long range. And it's just time to sit back on that when I see weakness in other channels. And so I sold out at a bit of a profit. Now, red Halloween, this is an inviting looking chart actually, because I like to risk the capital when the prices come to a precipice like this and see if I can get a good deal on something just before the market decides one way or another. And then I use rule number 1 to get out as quickly as possible. Now if we go on to Santa Hat, we can see that it's really surged in prices. And this is where I'm still learning about implementing rule number 1 and rule number 2. So I bought into a Santa when it broke above here. I bought another Santa when it broke above there because of rule number 2. When the market proves you right, add more to the position. And then when the party hats broke and I saw Santa hesitating, I sold out of my Santas right there. And so I didn't make the profit I could have. And this is the difficulty for getting profitable in trading. It's good to sell out of your losing trades quickly, but you've got to hold on to those winning trades. So this was a mistake to sell out of a winning trade, but when do you sell out? When do you? So this is also a fantastic study to watch the results now after I've made these decisions. Once I've got out of the market and took profits too soon, what's going to happen in the market next? What am I going to do next with my money that I have now, all this cash? And that's it for the Weekend Rares Report for Thursday, August 15th. I will be out of town for the weekend, and the next Rares Report will not be out until Tuesday of next week on August the 20th. So in the meantime, I'd like to hear your comments about what's going on in the markets and what do you think is going to happen. Keep us all up to date in the meantime before I make the next video.